Welcome to the end of season 4 finale. We are taking on league champions Gloucester at home in our last league game of the season, and then hopefully this will turn into a triple header, because if it doesn't, it means we didn't get to the playoff final. Let's get into this. Let's make ourselves a Vanarama National League team for next season. Welcome to all the beautiful people. Once again, we are turning dog turds into diamonds here with AFC Russian and Diamonds. Yeah, we have got to the end of the season, our 4th season in charge of AFC Russian and Diamonds. And as you can see, we have broken 100 points in our first season in the Vanarama National League North, which is really, really pleasing on the one hand. But then on the other hand, as you can see, it just wasn't enough to get near Gloucester. They have been absolutely exceptional. You got to give credit where credit is due. They have been far and away the outstanding team in the league this season. They were right from the very start of the season. They were I think it was 2-9 on, was it? Let's have a little look. I mean, you can see they've only lost one game all season long. We have only lost 4. I mean, we've only conceded 25 goals, but they have only conceded 16. They have basically done what we did in the Southern League last season. And if we look at season preview, we can see here at the end of the season, remember, we were second favourites at the start of the season. We've ended the season 7th favourites. So that just kind of shows you the budget and the spending power that teams like Boston and Chester and Telford and York and Chorley have all had during the course of the season to strengthen their side. They have gone past us, although we have comfortably finished second. There are a number of teams here that are considered to have better squads than we have, and we now have no players at all in the medium dream 11, which is incredible, really. We did have Bailey Clements and James Price in the side, but no longer. And Gloucester, you can see, they now have 6 players. I think they had 5. I think I'm right in saying they had 5 at the start of the season. They now have 6 players in the media dream 11. They are just absolutely different gravy in this division. So we just couldn't compete in the end. Looking at the way results went over the last few weeks, we did have a magnificent run, but in the end we just couldn't get near Gloucester at all. After we beat York, of course, in the last episode, we went away to Darlington, got a really nice 4-0 win there. You can see Max Waltman got 1, Cameron Gabadebo got 2 more, and Jack Brown also scored a brilliant free kick. Cameron Gabadebo is just different class on set pieces now. Absolutely incredible. After that, it was a 3-0 win at home against Curzon Ashton. Really comfortable, as James Price, Diamond Edwards, and Omar Sawunmi, who has also started heading in a few goals. I don't know if that's to do with the update that our set pieces have started working a lot better, but he got on the score sheet there. Then another 3-0 win away at Southport, who have been going very well in the league. I'm pretty sure they've qualified for the playoffs. Lloyd Marsh Hughes with a penalty, Max Waltman and James Price again. Then a 4-1 win at home against Oxford City, who have also qualified for the playoffs. Mason Burstow grabbing a couple of goals here, Lloyd Marsh Hughes and Omar Sawunmi again, before we then won 2-1 away at Braintree. Cameron Gabadebo and James Price, the scorers. We then had 2 games in 3 days. Blythe at home, Scarborough away. Both of them going for playoffs. Blythe actually the third place team in the form table right now, having a really strong late push. And I made 10 changes for this game. And as you can see, we lost 2-0. It was a bit of a disappointment, but it kind of showed me that the team that came in, players like Kevin Locko at the back, King James, Morton Spencer, Leo Gaxa. They're just not Vanarama National League North quality. They are Southern League players that have come up with us. And I mean, all of those players, I think, will not be here next season, regardless of what division we're in. So this was a really disappointing game. Although the XG kind of looks sort of acceptable. We've got a 0.94 and we had 13 shots at goal. To be honest, I mean, a lot of those chances were late on in the game when the game was already dead and lost. Blythe Spartans really dominated us in this game. It was a comfortable win for them. Disappointing because we beat them away earlier in the season, and we actually did it by rotating all the players on that occasion as well. But here at home, we just couldn't live with them. The changes that we made, the substitute players, the reserve players, just weren't at the level. And it was a shame because, as you can see, it broke up a huge unbeaten run. The last time we lost was at home against Chorley in December. So to lose that one was a little bit of a shame. Kind of knocks us out of our rhythm a little bit before the playoffs maybe. But the fact that it was 10 reserve players playing and not our first team regulars kind of gives me the hope that that's not going to affect morale. The players that have been unbeaten are still here unbeaten really because they came back in to face Scarborough Athletic away. Is it Scarborough Athletic? Yes, it is. They came back in for Scarborough Athletic. They got the job done fairly comfortably, a 2-0 win. Jack Earing with a really good long-range strike in the first half before Jay Williams came off the bench to head in the second half, make it comfortable. Jay Williams is actually one booking away from a suspension, and I was trying desperately to get that out of the way before we reached the playoffs. And every game he's been playing, he hasn't been getting booked. So I would imagine it's a racing certainty he's going to get booked today and be out of the first game of the playoffs probably. So that's how results have gone. As I say, it wasn't enough to trouble Gloucester in the end. We finished up, we're 9 points behind them and we play them now. So we could finish 6 points off them. But really just pleased and proud to have broken 100 points this season. I think it's a really, really good achievement. Elsewhere, you can see here on the right hand side, Cameron Gabadebo is the highest average rating player in the league. He has been phenomenal, and we had various nominations for Player of the Season in the Vanarama League North. That was we had Cameron Gabadebo, James Price, Thomas Hughes. We had a number of players that were involved in that as nominees, but the two favourites are Cameron Gabadebo and Jonathan Dinzei of Gloucester. They are both centre-backs. If we look at Gabadebo here, I mean, he now has 11 goals in 38 this season. Phenomenal player. He's signed a contract till the end of next season now as well, which is fantastic. Really, really happy about that. We've guaranteed him for next season. And I've never seen a defender just consistently get such good ratings. Even before he started scoring, you remember halfway through the season, he only had 1 or 2 all season. Even before he started scoring, he was our highest rated player. Absolutely incredible. I've never seen a centre-back consistently get these sorts of ratings. And I mean, he's just been absolutely phenomenal, the ex-Manchester City man. Absolutely delighted with him. Jonathan Dinzei, we've got our scouts on him, but we haven't got all the information on him. But you can see he probably looks a better player than Gabadebo. He's got the heading and the tackling. He's got great leadership, determination and teamwork. He's got amazing jumping reach as well, like Gabadebo, 6 goals this season. But look at that pace, incredible pace and incredible strength. So he is a superb player. I mean, it just speaks about the quality that Gloucester have got. They've also got Chanka Zimba, 3rd place in the average rating table, who is a striker, I believe, for them. He's got 25 goals this season. So they are just absolutely stacked in Vanarama North terms. James Price, his goals have slowed down a little bit of late. and you can see he is tied with Richard Muggeridge as the top scorer in the league. They both have 28. I'm hoping that he can finish the season here with some goals against Gloucester and tie up that top scorer title. That would be absolutely fantastic for him in his first season as a first team regular. Brilliant season. 28 in 37 in the league, 33 in 44 in all competitions. That is just something else. Outside of that, Thomas Hughes, I'm pretty sure his 24 assists this season is a new record. I'm pretty sure that beats his own record. I think he had 18 assists maybe last season or the season before. So he has just smashed the assist record. He hasn't got so many goals this season, but amazing. And the 16 Player of the Match awards for Cameron Gabadebo are also phenomenal. Damalio Brown Sterling, 2 seasons ago, got 18 Player of the Match awards in his 45 goal season in the Southern League. And Cameron Gabadebo has got 16 in the league above as a central defender. I mean, that just tells you about his quality. Absolutely incredible. Now, before we go ahead to this first game of the day against Gloucester, I wanted to just show you a little bit about our under-18s, because they have finished as league champions in the National Under-18 League North East. It was our first season with a full under-18 squad competing in the league. You can see they've managed to outdo the giants of Harrogate under-18s and Scarborough under-18s. But I mean, there are some fairly established names there in terms of league football. Scarborough, Scunthorpe, Darlington, York as well are in there. So there's some decent names there, and we finished above the lot of them, which I'm very pleased about. It probably says something about the quality of the league, that in terms of the members of this squad, there aren't really any that you're likely to see in the first team anytime soon. If I just sort by potential, okay, it was already sorted by potential. I've got a couple of players here in on trial at the moment, but Mark Miller, the under-18, or the 18-year-old, the under-19 Northern Ireland international, he has been playing regularly for the under-18s this season. He's only had 6 appearances in the first team. Much more limited his chances. We really need to be professional for him to start developing his talent, because with the limited training that we do, he just can't progress. It's a real shame, because I think he is and was a fantastic talent, but the window of opportunity for him to reach a football league level, I think, is closing rapidly. We really need to become professional to give him any sort of chance. But for the youth team, he has been one of the standout players this season in the league championship win. Who else do we have here? We've got Dominic Mullen, who is a left back and midfielder, and you can see he can tackle, he can pass. Outside of that, he's really not up to much. He is not going to get anywhere near the first team. He will be released at the end of the season, but I just thought I'd give a little shout out to him. We haven't really looked at the youth team all season, so I thought it'd be nice just to give him a little bit of recognition here. Who else do we have here? Ant Sutton. Again, he's another player who will be released at the end of the season. He was the best of our youth products a couple of years ago, and he's another one, just hasn't progressed. But you can see he's got 30 goals in 36 for the under-18 team this season. He was kind of the star of the league title winning season for the under-18s. So again, it just kind of shows you how poor the level is in these youth teams. The fact that these are our standout players, and there's really no possibility of them getting anywhere near the first team. Robbie Sweeney was another. He came through at 16. He looked like he had a decent little bit of ability as a striker. Hasn't progressed at all. You can see all the down arrows there. He's got 14 goals this season. Again, there's just no possibility he's ever going to play. But there you go. The youth intake this season, I mean, we've got poor facilities. I don't employ a head of youth development at the moment. That's something I'd like to address next season if we go up. But yeah, really, this year's youth intake was pretty poor. I didn't sign anybody from it, so the under-18 team is going to be just a bunch of random regens without any contracts next season. It helps us financially not to have that commitment of paying those players when there's no chance they're ever going to play. So that's just my little shout out for those players. I thought it was important just to recognise their league win this season. The only other thing I do want to show you is what we've been doing with the coaching staff this season. They have obviously done a fantastic job the last two seasons, with promotion last season and 109 points and now 101 points this season. Chris Llewellyn is still our assistant manager. The Welshman is a very, very good coach, very good assistant manager. For our level, like I say, I really think he's a guy that we can keep around to go on into the Football League, hopefully, in the future. I think he's a very, very good, solid coach and solid assistant manager. He's done a great job, been a big part of the success. Chris May is our goalkeeping coach. For our level, he is phenomenal. He is phenomenal. I mean, look at that. 14 goalkeeper distribution, 13 goalkeeper handling, 14 shot stopping, 16 determination, 14 motivating. This is a coach that wouldn't look out of place in a League One or Championship level team. So hopefully he can continue to develop with us. Gary Hazley is still our 20 rated fitness coach. Absolutely incredible. He is on £140 a week now. He came in originally on £40 a week, but to have a 20 rated fitness coach at our level and on such little money, absolutely amazing. So we will definitely be offering him a new contract at the end of the season. And I'm going to save Jim Gannon just for a second. Lloyd Dyer is a coach that came in at the start of this season. We've just found him on the staff search. He looks very, very good. Again, just rounds off our coaching staff very, very nicely. He's been an under-18s manager and a caretaker manager at Corinthians Casuals in the past, so decent level of experience and ability there. And our other coaching member, or other two coaching members, before I talk about Jim Gannon, Ion Llewellyn. I don't think they're related, our two Llewellyns, but he is still here. And again, a very, very good, solid all-round coach. Could definitely be a coach easily in League One, League Two. So pleased to have him in. And then we've got Scott Rees, who came up from the youth team. I haven't been regularly checking, but I'm pretty sure he keeps improving. I'm sure he didn't have 14 defending and 13 tactical coaching when we brought him in, but I mean, with his 17 people management as well, just really good communicator. He's determined, good motivator, a brilliant coach for our level. So I just wanted to kind of use today to give a little bit of recognition to all the coaching staff. Paul Beckford is 11 at analysing data as a head performance analyst. Again, very, very good for our level. I cannot find anyone better than 11 data analyst. So he is a very good addition to the group. And we've just brought in Jim Gannon just the other week. He was formerly a manager at various teams, including Stockport. He's been manager at Port Vale and Peterborough. He's got Football League experience, as well as experience as a manager in Scotland with Motherwell. And before that, I mean, I remember him as a player when I was a kid, I'm pretty sure. So he is just another exceptional coach for our level, and he's brilliant working with youngsters, really high level of discipline, brilliant tactical coaching, brilliant mental coaching. Just fantastic that we can get a coach of this level in when we're in a Vanarama North team. So I think we've got a really, really strong squad. As you can see, we are the highest average in the Vanarama National League. The goalkeeping, there's something there that is below. What is this here? Goalkeeping distribution. We are below the league average, but in everything else, we are the highest rated coaching staff in the division, which is very, very pleasing. So there you go. I wanted to get everybody up to date before we get into this end of season push now. We're going to play one game in this episode against Gloucester, and we will then be back in episode or part 2 of the episode to go into the playoffs. Now, here's the team that's going to line up. I've got no choice but to play Jay Williams at right back and risk his booking because Folks, he picked up a booking in the last game and he is suspended. I guess if Williams is suspended for this one, Folks can come in and it's not really a downgrade. They're two very evenly matched players. Sam Blair will be in goal. Williams and Clements are the fullbacks. Gabadebo and George Ray are amazing centre-back partnership. Jack Earing playing very well his last few games, as is Ryan Crosdale. Those two make up the midfield. Max Waltman, right wing. Thomas Hughes, left wing. And Lloyd Marsh Hughes, he's starting off in the number 10, but I think I am going to drop him back into midfield. I'm going to respect the quality of the opposition today and play a defensive midfielder and lose the number 10. James Price looking to be the top scorer in the Vanarama North League this season. He is playing up front. On the bench, it's Sir Wunmi James, Jack Brown, Diamond Edwards, and Mason Burstow. So I've got confidence in these lads. I said it before, I really want to give Gloucester a bit of a bloody nose to end the season as we send them off to the Vanarama National League and then just be able to take that confidence into the playoffs and hopefully then join Gloucester in that higher division for next season. I think the fact we've gone over 100 points, much like when we had to stay an extra season in the Southern League, it kind of shows that we are well above the level that we're at right now. So I've got confidence that we can get up. I think we deserve to get up, but it's just a case of going and doing it, isn't it? So I'm just going to make that tactical change there, and I think I am going to go into the flanks as we've done many times before this season, just with them playing attacking wingers. So trying not to have our fullbacks under too much pressure. And I'm also just going to play for set pieces because I think that can just be a bit of a difference maker today. So what do we tell them? Okay, yeah, I'll go along with my assistant here. Show everyone that their recent praise is justified. The players have responded well. Let's see if we can't go out and get a really positive result against the runaway champions. Can we give them only their second league defeat of the season here? Really, really hope we can finish strongly and, like I say, just take that rhythm into the playoffs. The other reason, as we've spoken about, is we need to get up really to give the club a fighting chance financially. If we have to stay in this division next season, I think financially it's going to be really tough. We're going to really be relying on loans to fill out the squad. As they get the first attack here, and they are straightforward. Good challenge by Gabadebo, well done. Waltman, can we get out and attack here? Back to Gabadebo, to Williams. We don't manage to get out, and now they are going to get another chance to attack here. We were just too slow with the ball. We got crowded out. Again, this is just real high quality opposition we're up against. Hines is another player who's been exceptional all season as they get in, and Sam Blair makes the save, and their away fans loving that there. I think I'm going to have to make changes here, aren't I, because they are dominant so far. They are really putting us to the sword at the moment. They, of course, beat us 3-1 at their place. Really want to see a better performance today. I think I'm going to have to mark their fullbacks as well because their fullbacks are really getting forward as Chanka Zimba gives them the lead. And you have to say it was coming. We have not started well at all. Yeah, I'm going to have to mark up their fullbacks because TNC there is an exceptional fullback as well. He is in the media dream 11 above Bailey Clements now. They just have quality all over the park. Let's let this highlight play out as Williams starts us off with a throw. Can we get out this time and do something of note with the ball? We get it into Price. He's managed to get away from it and he's hit the crossbar. Unbelievable. What a goal that would have been from James Price. So let's just pause things there. I'm going to make some changes. So first of all, let's get Hughes and Waltman marking their fullbacks because they have had some space already. So we're going to give them some special attention. Just make sure we're following them when they go forward. And I'm going to move Marsh Hughes back into the number 10 role. Well, do you know what I'm going to do? Because they play with a defensive midfielder, I just think Marsh Hughes in the first game was just completely crowded out. I'm going to make him this deep line forward on support. So he's going to drop into the midfield here and just help link the play. But he is then going to open up space for Thomas Hughes to go in behind and hopefully for James Price to make some runs. So those are the changes I'm going to make right now. Let's see how that works out. Just see if we can present them a different tactical problem. We might have to play a little bit more direct as well. You can see right now, I mean, they have had more possession, a lot more shots. I think I'm also, do you know what, I'm going to make more changes here. I'm going to start playing out to the wings to just go around their defensive midfielder. Do I hit early crosses as well? I think I'm going to hit early crosses because they are pushing up. They are pushing up onto us and attacking, so maybe we can win the ball and get in there behind them with an early pass. And it does seem to have helped out making those changes. Marsh Hughes into Hughes. Can we get a crossover? Bailey Clements can't cross it in. It comes out to Gabadebo, out to Williams, who has picked up his booking now. He is going to be suspended for the first game at least of the playoffs. It might even be more than that if that's an accumulative suspension. They still haven't got it away. We are still in their half and pressing for a chance here. It's crossed in and Lloyd Marsh Hughes, 20 for the season for Lloyd Marsh Hughes in his first season with the club. A really great return from him when you consider he's played all year as a number 10. To get 20 goals is very, very good. Almost a 1 in 2 record. And we are level in this game. Really nice to see us just start to present them with a few new problems to deal with. Can we now get a hold of this game as they go straight forward up the other end from the kickoff? A cross in from Hines and Walker heads straight at Blair. Is there one more chance in this half? Crowsdale wins it into Hughes, back to Crowsdale. Can we get it forward? Can we get another chance at goal before this half ends? Clements, he's not going to be able to get a cross in. Jack Earing now, he looks into Price. It's a brilliant move. And that is a brilliant goal. Was that onside? It was not. Oh my goodness. What a wonderful move that was. I mean, there, he's a mile offside, Marsh Hughes, unfortunately. We can't argue, but it was a beautiful move, and we finished the half really strongly. I'm really pleased with the comeback here. We've scored only the 17th goal against them all season. Let's tell the players we can win this. I feel good with the way we finished that first half. Feel like the changes we made really got us on top in the game. Hopefully we can carry that on in the second half now. We've now got 60% possession, whereas previously they had more than us. Let's encourage the players. Can we get something out of this here? Come on. I mean, yeah, they've had a lot of shots now without the highlights. We are not creating anything. Just demand more from the players. What changes can we make here? What options do we have? I think just for the last 15 minutes, I'm going to take Jack Earing off, get Jack Brown on with some fresh legs there. And do I change up Max Waltman? I I mean, he's very tired. He hasn't played well. I think we'll get Diamond Edwards on. I've not got great confidence in Diamond Edwards anymore, but we'll give him another appearance. The man he was bought in as a squad player, has played more than 30 games and is still complaining. I don't think there's going to be another chance in this game, is there? Let's give them one last shout. See if they can pop up with a late winner just to send us into the playoffs with a bit more confidence. It looks like time is going to run out on us. It is a decent result, though. It was a decent performance. We dominated possession in the second half, even if we didn't make any chances. And we've got a point out of the standout team in the league. So personally, I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to tell the players that I'm happy. There you go. It's a very satisfying result. No one gave us a chance. There you go. So we finished the season 9 points behind them, but we must be the hot favourites for the playoffs, even with Jay Williams suspended. I am now going to go forward to the first round of the playoffs. Or should we hang around and find out who we've got in the playoffs? I'm guessing we're going to get someone from the Vanarama National League South. I'm presuming that's what happens. I believe the way it works is that these 4 teams here will play against 4 teams from the Vanarama South, and ourselves and Chester and the higher rated teams from the Vanarama South will then come in at a later stage. So let's see if it's already announced who we get. Do we already know? We've got a competition review. Let's have a look. Okay, so I've got a bunch of trial offers that I've made for players being released from Premier League under 23s. So I'll have a look and see who we get there. So who is the Vanarama North playoff semi-final draw going to be against? So that means we still don't face off any of the Vanarama South. We are going to take on the winner of York and Southport. And that means we would have to play the winner of Chester versus Chorley or Oxford. And Chorley are absolutely the form team right now. I really do not want to face them. In the first half of the season, they were in danger of relegation. Actually, looking at it here, they have lost a couple of games recently. So maybe they're not on the wonderful form that I thought. But I mean, you can see the first half of the season, they were absolutely abysmal. And they then started to pick up in December. And since December, they've had only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defeats. I mean, I kind of feel like they're a form team. Maybe I'm biased because they beat us 3-1. So maybe I'm a little bit worried about them because of that. But I think, yeah, Chester and Chorley are the 2 teams in this playoff that I'm not 100% confident about beating. But we'll see what happens. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like and click on the link for part 2 of this episode where we will see what happens against York or Southport, and then hopefully what happens against Chester or Chorley. Let's see how that goes. And I'm now wondering if we would actually have to face off anyone in the Vanarama South, or if their playoffs are going to be completely separate. We'll have to see what happens there. See you very shortly when you click on that link for part 2 of the episode. Thanks for watching.